In every corner of this great land, legends were born. From fearless frontiersmen to forgotten outlaws, from heroic patriots to mysterious pirates, these are the untold stories that shaped America. Welcome to American Legends, where history comes alive. Subscribe and step into the past.
Welcome back to the American Legends, the place where extraordinary lives, untold stories, and timeless legacies come alive. Tonight, we dive into the fascinating life of a woman who was far more than just a Hollywood beauty. She was a genius mind behind a technology that helped shape the modern world. This is the incredible, dramatic, and inspiring story of Hedy Lamarr. Hedy Lamarr was born as Hedwig Eva Maria Kiesler on November 9, 1914, in Vienna, Austria, a city known for art, music, and intellectual brilliance. She was the only child in a well-educated Jewish family. Her father, Emil Kiesler, was a successful bank director, and her mother, Gertrude, was a talented pianist. From a young age, Hedy showed signs of brilliance. Her father would take her on long walks through the city, explaining how machines worked, from printing presses to streetcars. These early lessons ignited a curiosity in her mind, a curiosity that would later change history. She attended private schools and was deeply interested in acting. But behind the beauty and ambition was a sharp, analytical thinker. By her teenage years, Hedy had already entered the world of acting. In 1933, she starred in a controversial European film called Ecstasy. The film shocked audiences worldwide, not just for its bold scenes, but for its emotional depth. But this role brought her both fame and trouble. She soon married a wealthy Austrian arms dealer, Friedrich Mandl. At first, it seemed like a life of luxury, but behind closed doors, it became a prison. Mandl was extremely controlling. He forbade her from acting and kept her isolated. However, during their marriage, Hedy attended high-level dinners with military officials and scientists, where she quietly absorbed discussions about weapons, radio technology, and warfare. This knowledge would later become critical. In one of the most daring moments of her life, Hedy escaped her husband. Legend says she disguised herself as a maid, drugged her guard, and fled to freedom. She made her way to London and eventually to the United States. On a ship to America, she met MGM studio head Louis B. Mayer. Recognizing her beauty and charisma, he signed her to a Hollywood contract and gave her a new name, Hedy Lamarr. Hedy quickly became one of Hollywood's brightest stars. Her breakout role came in Algiers, 1938, where she captivated audiences with her elegance and screen presence. She went on to star in numerous films, including Boomtown, Ziegfeld Girl, and Samson and Delilah. She was often called the most beautiful woman in the world. But Hollywood saw only her face, not her mind. Behind the scenes, Hedy was inventing. During World War II, Hedy became deeply concerned about Nazi submarines. She wanted to help the Allies. Using the knowledge she had gained during her marriage, she teamed up with composer George Antheil. Together, they developed a revolutionary idea: frequency-hopping spread-spectrum technology. The concept was simple, yet genius, changing radio frequencies rapidly to prevent enemy interception. In 1942, they patented their invention, but at the time, the U.S. Navy dismissed it. They told her she could be more useful selling war bonds because of her beauty. And so she did, raising millions of dollars for the war effort. But her invention? Ignored for decades. Years later, her invention became the foundation for modern wireless communication. Yes, the technology behind Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, GPS all trace back to Hedy Lamarr's idea. She wasn't just a movie star, she was a pioneer of the digital age. Hedy's personal life was complex. She was married 6 times and had 3 children: Denise Loader, Anthony Loader, and James Loader, adopted. Despite her success, she struggled with loneliness and financial difficulties later in life. She also faced legal issues and became increasingly reclusive. At the peak of her career, Hedy earned significant wealth through Hollywood films and endorsements. However, due to poor financial management and legal troubles, much of her fortune declined over time. She owned luxurious homes in California and lived a glamorous lifestyle during her prime. As for cars, she enjoyed elegant, classic automobiles typical of Hollywood elites of her era, though she was never known as a major collector. For many years, her scientific contributions went unrecognized, but eventually, the world caught up. In 1997, Hedy Lamarr received the Electronic Frontier Foundation Pioneer Award. She was finally honored as both an actress and an inventor. Hedy's contribution to American history is profound. She not only entertained millions, but also contributed to a technological revolution. Her inventions strengthened national defense and laid the groundwork for the connected world we live in today. She also supported war efforts through fundraising and public appearances. In her later years, Hedy withdrew from public life. She lived quietly in Florida, away from Hollywood's spotlight. Despite her struggles, her legacy continued to grow. On January 19, 2000, Hedy Lamarr passed away at the age of 85. Today, Hedy Lamarr is remembered as a Hollywood icon, a scientific pioneer, a woman ahead of her time. Her story reminds us that brilliance can exist behind beauty, and that true innovation often goes unrecognized until the world is ready. If this story inspired you, if it surprised you, if it made you see history in a whole new light, then you're exactly where you belong. This is the American Legends, where legends never die. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below. Tell us which legend you want to see next, because the next story might just change the way you see the world. Until next time, stay curious, stay inspired, and keep chasing greatness. The American Legends, where history lives forever.